All right, most of us can remember the moment we were able to save enough for those important major adult milestones in our lives.
Yeah?
Yeah, well, I do remember them.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, okay, things like your first car.
Yep.
Okay, your first home.
Yep.
Maybe your first child.
Nope.
But for millennials, a new study shows those milestones feel unattainable.
Channel 3's Dawn G shows us how debt is impacting the lives of the generation as they struggle to make ends meet.
Millennials are working hard to grab their piece of the American dream, but education, housing, and basic cost of living expenses have far outpaced wage gains during their lives. A new survey by Clever, a real estate data company, found 41% of millennials feel pessimistic about their finances. Nearly 1 in 3 millennials who don't own a home said they don't think they'll ever be able to afford one.
A millennial is the generation that was born between 1981 and 1996.
They are currently between 26 and 41 years old.
The data shows millennials are not at the same financial benchmarks that previous generations have been at.
According to a study by the Federal Reserve, millennials are America's poorest generation.
The millennial generation not only has the cost of living increased, they've also lived through the 2008 Great Recession. They lived through the recession that was associated with the pandemic. Right now, they're living during the highest inflationary period that we've seen since the 1970s. This generation has been dealt a really tough economic hand.
Millennials are now in their prime working years, trying to build their savings, prepare for retirement, preparing to build a family, and securing funds for any emergency.
The average millennial spends 47% of their gross monthly income on housing. That's 1.5 times greater than the recommended 30%.
With home prices rising 7 times faster than income and rent rising 4 times faster than income, millennials must spend significantly more of their earnings on housing than previous generations.
That gap is huge, and it increased during the millennial generation.
Clever Real Estate survey of millennials also found student loans at the top of their concerns.
It was not uncommon for them to express that they have over 6 figures, over $100,000 in student loan debt.
Debt that may see some relief from the Biden administration. Though stresses, there are solutions.
Get clear on where you're at in terms of your income, your expenses, and your debt. Determine your financial goals according to your own definition of success.
If you find your financial struggle is more than you can handle,
there are financial programs that are available to everyone.
If you are feeling overwhelmed about your finances, however old or young you may be, just stop for a second. There are ways to get everything in control, but it takes time and persistence. Take inventory of what is going in and out of your wallet. Devise a plan and stick to it. If you need help, there are legitimate debt relief agencies that can walk you through getting your finances in order. Helping you make ends meet, I'm Dawn G.
All right, thanks, Dawn. Are you ready for some Hollywood headlines?
Well, yeah, I think so. Renee's here with us this morning in studio with the juiciest gossip.
What's going on?
Kanye. We got to start with Kanye.
I don't even know what to say here, but seriously, he just got dropped from Adidas, okay? Yep. He was making anti-Semitic remarks. Mm-hmm. He is accusing...
his talent agency dropped him as well, right?
He had just made a post the day before saying, I can say anything I want, I can be disgusting and rude, and Adidas isn't going to drop me. Well, guess what? Adios.
Adios, Adidas.
Adios, Adidas, because they said, you know what? This is not really our brand.
No, who wants that representing their brand?
No, it took them a long time to do it, though, didn't it?
Absolutely, it took them a long time to do it. And also, people were reeling because he is starting to blame Jamie Foxx for stealing his idea for Django, the movie, because of a video they made. Honestly, I don't even want to make any jokes about this because I'm very concerned actually, because I think he does need help.
Yeah, he needs
I don't know what to
something's
say
going
on this. I don't want to offend anybody or
Yeah.
assume anything, but somebody needs to see what's happening. He has
Step
good
in.
friends in the business that should probably step in because he's really dismantling his entire career.
What about a 10-year-old bidding $80,000 on a pair of earrings?
Well, I remember the time I was at
me
an
too.
auction with
I
my
was
mom, and
stepping
I
over the
outbid
cash.
someone for
some
$70,000.
diamond earrings,
So
yeah.
listen to this: Beyonce and Jay-Z's eldest daughter, Blue Ivy. She's 10 years old. You know how much she spent on a pair of earrings? Well, she tried to spend on it. They were at an auction. She raised her hand to outbid somebody's $70,000 bid. And I
she
think
reached.
Jay-Z and
probably
Beyonce were like,
passed out.
hello, and went back and forth, head to head. Someone finally did outbid her at $102 or $5,000. But could you imagine your daughter like 80,000, 85, 90,000? I don't even make that much money in a year.
It's
But I mean,
absurd.
That is absurd. Okay, Matthew Perry, obviously huge Friends fan,
Wow.
and he just
Yeah,
he's been talking about his.
Is this a book worth reading?
Well, his book is coming out in November, and he absolutely he names Jennifer Aniston. Let me be very careful on that. But he singles out Jennifer Aniston, saying, you know, she's the one that really stepped up and was
To
with
help.
him to help. But she also pointed out, because he would like this, I don't even know how he is alive, and thank God he is, but it turns out that he was 18 months sober when they were having the Friends reunion last year. So that's not that long, but he used to drink a quart of vodka a day, 55 Vicodins, Xanax, all kinds of stuff. This man has been through it, and he's really trying to obviously
Get it together.
and he's telling it all in his book, and good for him. God bless him. I hope
right.
he does well.
Thanks, Renee.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate the time. You look nice today.
Thank you.
Not that you don't look nice every day, because I'll get that next, but you do look nice.
That was some good self-awareness.
Absolutely.
Yeah.